Alright guys, welcome back. So for today I want to talk to you guys about why every customer matters, how their experience with you can really help shape the future of your business, and why taking on a variety of projects, even those potentially a little bit outside of your normal style, can really help you grow as an artist and lead to some new opportunities. So we just got through the holidays, and with that for me always comes a really big Christmas rush, as I think really personalized custom shoes make for a great gift. Now with that, as an artist, comes a fair bit of pressure because it's up to you to make somebody's Christmas extra special. There's going to be really tight deadlines and expectations that you have to meet. Now this is also the time of the year when I'll just have the most random assortment of themes that I might be doing. I mean, we have parents that are buying shoes for their kids. We might have people buying gifts for their bosses, for their business. I have a young cousin that I make shoes for every year on his birthday. You're just gonna have a little bit of everything at this time. I mean, for example, if you would have said 15 years ago that you could get a pair of custom Jordans with a corporate logo for a real estate development company, people would have thought that you were nuts. But now you see stuff like this all the time. I mean, there's custom shoes for every occasion imaginable, which means there's so many more opportunities than ever before for you. And I just think it's really cool to just be a part of that process where you can deliver something that's personalized and meaningful to someone. Now I think that this leads into what's been a really interesting point of contention over the last few years within the sneaker customizing space, and that's on what type of projects should you be taking on as an artist. Should you only do stuff that's within your style, or should you take more of a say yes to everything type of approach? And I think that can really depend on quite a few factors that you just need to weigh out and try to figure out what your goals are specifically as an artist and or as a business owner, because sometimes those two things can pull you in totally different directions. Part of you may think, I only want to take on work that fits my preferred style of anime, realism, general color blocking, or whatever it may be, because it's what you genuinely enjoy doing. It's what fills your cup as an artist. While another part of you may just want to take on everything that comes your way and even consider doing things like lowering your prices in hopes of gaining more customers. I mean, if I just take me for example, when I was starting out, I didn't even really have much of a style. And when I was trying to grow this business, I definitely wasn't in a position to say no to anybody based on what they wanted. I mean, it was truly a dream come true of mine to have anybody wearing my work. In the early days, I remember trying to make as many pairs of shoes for friends and family members that were willing to wear something that was by me, because I knew that I could instantly turn them into a walking billboard that was supporting my business. However, once you start to have the benefit of experience on your side, you can start to navigate which projects you want to take on differently. I went from saying yes to everything in hopes of getting my name out there to now focusing on balancing my own artistic vision with creating work that resonates with my audience. It's really been quite a unique journey trying to figure out what's truly worth saying yes to. I know that for me, I realized that I enjoyed this a whole lot less when I was just doing the same exact themes over and over. So if I had a new customer reach out to me and asked if I could do something that I've already done in the past, I was way less excited than if they came to me with a completely new idea. So that same customer, I would always try and talk them into something maybe completely new, or putting a new spin on the old theme, or even just something as simple as moving to a new bass shoe that would somehow reinvigorate me a little bit as an artist. And that brings me to a few simple questions I ask myself about every potential project that I come across. Does this concept or theme fulfill me artistically? Does this project align with the financial goals of the business? And is this project good for the future of the business? Meaning, could this potentially lead to something bigger? And is it the type of work I want to put out there in hopes of getting more of? Depending on what your goals are, all of those questions might carry a different weight for you. Whether you're going to be more commission-based, or if you're trying to become the world's best at one singular style. There's no right or wrong answer here, just something that I think is worth having an internal debate over. And speaking of artist struggles, another one that I believe most artists deal with is constant pressure to outdo themselves with every new project. I mean, there are hundreds of pairs from the past few years that I've never even posted photos of or scrapped making YouTube videos on, because I've convinced myself that, well, these aren't going to impress anybody. Who's going to like this 4 to 8 hour pair that's never going to live up to the pairs that I do that might take 80 or 100 hours? I mean, it's just not possible for that to happen. I mean, something that I've always said is I want every pair that I do to be better than the last pair, and better can mean different things. I mean, I could do a better job at executing executing the customer's theme, or I can do better at getting them done efficiently. Better doesn't just have to mean that it's way more detailed than anything I've ever done. At the end of the day, you gotta remember people are gonna have totally different styles, different budgets, and just generally want different things, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have to find a way to sprinkle a little bit of you into everything that you do. As an artist, I think it's super beneficial for you to at least have the skill set to be able to handle anything that comes your way. You wanna have the ability to say yes to everything, but the power to say no. And that's something I've been thinking about recently, especially when you realize the value of saying yes to different projects. Because another huge benefit of working with more people and taking on more projects is you never know what other connections other people might have. So if you can deliver somebody a good experience working with you on a pair of custom shoes, now there's a really good chance that they're gonna wanna tell other people as well. Good word of mouth is huge for any business, but for a service like this, it's one way for your network to just completely explode over time. I mean, I did a pair of shoes once for somebody who referred me to a friend of theirs that was gonna be getting married soon. His name was Brad, and he reached out to me to inquire about what it might look like and cost if we were to do some custom Jordans for his groomsmen. I think at the time we probably did around 10 pairs or so for him. And then shortly after he got married, when he started having kids, he said, hey, I want to do a pair of custom Jordans for my kids every year on their birthday. So when the kids turn 1, I want to do Jordan 1s. When they turn 2, I want to do Jordan 2s, and so on. So now he has 2 kids that we do custom Jordans for every year on their birthday. And over time, his business has really started to explode as well. And now he orders probably 5 to 7 pairs per year that he just does corporate gifting with for his other business partners. And I just never would have even had these opportunities if I wasn't open to taking on more projects and trying to deliver the most premium experience possible to every single person that I work with. There's also countless other examples over the years where saying yes to the right person has led to loyal, returning customers who play a huge role in the growth of my business. I think that when people come back to you for themselves and share their experience with others, it speaks volumes about the work you're doing. You literally never know what can happen if you just so happen to say yes to the right project. I mean, I mentioned it in our first video of the year, but sometimes you're just one project away from your big break. It's really important to remember that every project, no matter how small or challenging, teaches you something new. You're continuously building a portfolio, honing your skill set, and creating connections all at the same time. So I just want to remind you, it's okay to tell yourself as an artist that not every pair you do has to be a home run. Not every piece you touch has to be the greatest thing you've ever made. It's okay to hit some singles or even some doubles, especially in business. Just continue to try to give everyone you work with the most premium experience possible, because you never know who's on the other side of that transaction. You never know what opportunities might arise for you, and you never know what might happen if you continue to get out there and just create.